find here. I'm in Frisco, Texas right now. I'm going to head a little bit west here and probably drop down to the Colony. Got a pretty decent little complex, a lot of lightning, looks like some pretty heavy rain all the way from Dallas to kind of Louisville, Trophy Club. It's moving kind of northeast, right generally up to this direction, Frisco, McKinney. So I'll probably drop down here to the Sam Rayburn Tollway. That'll give me kind of a due northeast option that I can hop on and kind of follow the storms. Nothing severe or anything terribly crazy, but wasn't necessarily doing anything else here on a Saturday afternoon, so saw these storms really developing and thought, you know, it might be fun to kind of drive around and see how heavy the rain is, see some lightning strikes, thunder, that kind of stuff. So we'll see what we can find here. Up here. See it up ahead there over the lake. You can kind of see it a little bit darker right up ahead. The lake is right on the other side of this road. Lake Louisville. Those storms are coming up pretty much due northeast. Michael on Twitter said that the storm passed over him and the status is buckets of water. Hi Darian, welcome to the stream here. We'll see. Well, it's probably going to get some pretty heavy rain here in probably about 10 minutes or so would be my guess. So we'll probably get right down to the tollway and then we can kind of track it northeast up to McKinney or so. If these lights will ever change, man, they're taking forever. Lake Louisville's right here on the right. And you can see it's pretty dark off over there to the west, so it's approaching this way. Sure I'm going to catch a stoplight today. So far I'm not having any luck. Definitely nice to get some rain here in Dallas. We can definitely use it. We had that brief tornado Thursday evening in kind of the east part of Frisco. Didn't last for very long, didn't do a whole lot of damage, but National Weather Service did confirm it. So sadly I had a client work event. I was a couple miles away inside with the event. You could see that I was basically right over my apartment, so kind of bad timing there, but it's all right. There's gonna be others, hopefully not again in DFW, but tornadoes in the field, that's always the goal. So no tornadoes expected here today, just some nice heavy rain. None of these storms are severe warned, just a little bit of a system moving across North Texas here, and this short wave is triggering off some nice thunderstorms and some good beneficial rainfall, so that's definitely good to see. My buddy Chad Casey, he lives out on the west side of DFW in Weatherford. He said that over the last several days he's gotten over 5 inches of rain. So some areas have really gotten some significant beneficial rainfall, so that's good to see. Yes, I definitely know where Wichita Falls is. Glad that you're getting some rain up there too. That's always a fun area, going from kind of DFW up to Wichita Falls on 287. A lot of us storm chasers, we call that the highway to heaven. Since a lot of times we'll head that way, either going to the Panhandle or southwest Oklahoma, northwest Texas. So definitely go to Wichita Falls quite a lot. So looks like severe weather-wise, the next week to 10 days are going to be relatively quiet, especially here in the southern plains, but really across much of the U.S. But there are some signs pointing to the kind of the very last week of March really starting to heat up, kind of southern plains, southeast Dixie Alley type of area. So we definitely could start to see some severe weather here before too long again. But looks like the next week or so going to be relatively quiet for most people, but definitely still very early in the season. It seems like especially, April's when things really start to heat up, even though we do get events here in March. So I'm just now getting north side of the Colony. I'll get up here to the Sam Rayburn. Storms are going through like Flower Mound, Carrollton, just now getting to Louisville, so kind of perfect timing here. I'll get up here and then kind of get in the storm and track it to the northeast up towards McKinney or so. Seems like every day I drive this road 423, there's just more and more traffic. So much development up here, Frisco and Prosper and all these areas. Just about to get some of the heavier rain start right here. Maybe we're getting into it right here, actually. Right up ahead here, so we'll get up here and start heading northeast. I may wait for the heavier rain to kind of get here, and that way we can kind of track right under it. Lightning strike off to the west. So I'm in the Colony right now. Right here ahead of us is Sam Rayburn Tollway, so this goes kind of due northeast right to McKinney, so I might get on the other side here, maybe pull off, wait for the heaviest rain, the storm to get here, and then can jump up on the tollway and kind of track it northeast all the way up to McKinney or so. It's starting to pick up a little bit more right now. There's just a lot of storm, man. There's stuff even back behind it to the west. There's a storm down to the south between Cleburne and Hillsborough, so definitely a lot of storms right now. Come on, light, come on. Heaviest stuff is just about to hit here. It's pushing into Richardson right now and almost to Plano. See kind of how dark it is right above us. Northeast. I may try to pull off a little bit. I'm gonna let the storm catch up a little bit. It's kind of right behind me right now. You can see the low clouds up ahead, but that's kind of the edge of the storm. So I'm gonna wait here for a second, let it catch up to us, probably another couple minutes, and it should be on us. I think the heaviest stuff is just about to get to us, and then I'll probably just track it northeast towards McKinney. yeah, it seems like a lot of like southwest Oklahoma. Looks like y'all are getting some rain, maybe heavier later. And yeah, it looks like just kind of southern parts of Oklahoma, North Texas, Northwest Texas. Lots of just beneficial rain. Nothing severe up here. Could be a little bit of severe weather South Texas later, but right now really nothing to talk about at the moment. But definitely some just beneficial rain in a lot of areas here that could really use it, so that's been really good to see. Yeah, man, there's just a lot of rain really all the way to Oklahoma City, southwest Oklahoma, eastern Panhandle, North Texas. Just lots and lots of rain. Oh, there was some thunder. So yeah, we're getting into the heavier stuff right now, so probably track northeast here in a minute. Yeah, definitely dogs. A lot of dogs don't like those heavier storms. I can imagine them kind of running for cover. Yeah, there was a decent hailstorm here in kind of northeast part of Dallas, northeast part of Dallas on Thursday, and yeah, it looked like it had snowed here as well. So definitely a lot. I might start heading northeast now. We're kind of in the middle of the heaviest stuff. There's another lightning strike there. Oh, thunder. Up now. Right at Legacy Drive here in the Colony / Frisco. Getting on the Sam Rayburn Tollway now to coming up to the Dallas North Tollway right here. Lightning there. This big storm really all the way from Dallas and Garland all the way up to Little Elm and Denton. It's pretty wide. It's just kind of drifting off to the northeast here. Areas in Allen are about to get hit. Plano's getting hit right now. Frisco, just generally moving off to the northeast. So McKinney, Allen, Prosper, all of those areas will probably get some of this rain here before it's terribly long. Coming down pretty good right now. Decent amount of water on the road. Coming down at a pretty good rate. Right under the heaviest little piece of the line right here, kind of right in Frisco Plano area, right on that line. All continuing to push off to the northeast here. But then there's still a couple storms, kind of several more rounds behind it, so this may really kind of go on for the rest of the afternoon and some of the evening. Let up a little bit here. Still tracking northeast here on the Sam Rayburn Tollway, heading towards McKinney right now here in the DFW area. Getting close to the edge of it again, I might need to pull off and kind of resituate. Don't want to outrun it, but still in it right now. Getting kind of right to the edge of it, so I'll wait here for a little bit, let it kind of catch up, get back in the heaviest stuff probably. Now it's picking up again. favoring here, heading northeast towards McKinney, just kind of tracking right along with this pretty decent sized storm that's moving through. There's a couple more kind of behind it, kind of to the west side of Fort Worth, northwest side of Fort Worth, so probably several more rounds of rain still to come. But again, nothing severe, just some heavy rain at times. Probably a little bit of, ponding on the roads, maybe a little bit of flooding in the heaviest little bands, but overall not severe. Again, not a hail threat. Probably doesn't even really seem to be that windy, so I think we're mainly just looking at some decent rainfall rates. Closer to McKinney up here. Letting up a little bit right now. There's another round that's popping up over Colleyville again, almost had right back up after this one. So I might come up here in a little bit and then flip around and head back the same direction and intercept that one coming up. Hi Chad Casey, welcome to the stream. Not expecting any tornadoes today. Not like that tornado that you saw in Kansas on Wednesday without me, so that still hurts for sure, so I don't appreciate that. But no severe weather really expected up here. Maybe a little bit in South Texas. If you leave now, you might be able to make it in time. But just some nice rain here. Nice rain. Jealous, because that was a pretty awesome tornado. Good work on Wednesday. Kind of right here at 75. Might just pull off and kind of let it rain here for a little while. And then again, I might flip around and go catch that next storm. Looks like right now it's raining the heaviest from Plano to Wiley, kind of down to my south a little bit. And then Another storm. Looks like Chad, looks like you might be about to get some more there. There's one just north side of town, and then one coming up from the south. And then there's a pretty good little storm going up into Decatur right now, to the northwest of DFW. Wow, quite the storm down near Hamilton to Granville's Gap, southeast of DFW, or southwest of DFW. Then we've got this one here, kind of right on the edge of Frisco and McKinney. There's a little bit of thunder. Right here at 75 in Sam Rayburn. This looks like this is pretty much letting up. Trying to figure out if there's maybe a different one to target. That's true, Paul. Not all about the tornadoes. One, because those can oftentimes be destructive, cause damage, or hurt people. That's obviously never a good thing. Sometimes just kind of experiencing weather and hopefully seeing things like out over unpopulated areas, that's always the most ideal outcome. But sometimes, you know, being a storm chaser, some of it is, you know, providing those, you know, kind of real life or, you know, in the moment visuals of storms that can sometimes make people take the warning seriously. We also, as spotters, we can help report to the National Weather Service to give them kind of real-time on the ground visuals. And a lot of times what people don't know is that oftentimes what the National Weather Service can only see typically about 5,000 feet above the ground. So they can see, you know, a strong storm, maybe there's a tornado, but they can't really see down to the ground. So that's why they need people, whether it's emergency management or chasers and spotters, to be able to kind of relay real-time information to them to help in the warning process. And I know there's been a lot of studies that have been done that have shown that when people actually see something on the news or on social media or something of a tornado or something like that, that they take the warnings much more seriously than otherwise. So I think that's one of the important things for sure. But yeah, it's tough when you document you know, severe weather, certainly when it's going through a town or, you know, destroying a house or injuring people. That's obviously kind of the tough and really dark side of severe weather, even though it fascinates a lot of people like it does me. So trying to see here. I don't think if I could go east out of here, but I don't think I'll really keep up with some of this heavier rain. I could either, I'm trying to decide, should I drop south? Or let's see. I mean, it looks like there's some pretty heavy cells just to the southwest of Fort Worth that again are going to be moving this same direction. So I might just stay here a little bit longer and then basically turn around, drop back to the southwest towards, you know, North Richland Hill, somewhere in there, probably intercepting those other cells that are moving up to the north. There's a little bit of a gap right now after this little bit of light rain kind of passes us by. That be a gap. There is another storm kind of popping up near South Lake and Grapevine, so that'll be moving up northeast this direction. and then some pretty decent looking cells down near Granbury and Weatherford that'll be, again, tracking right up to the northeast where we are now. So I agree, Paul. Yeah, there's definitely times where people have said that they were watching a live stream of a chaser or watching footage being relayed to the news or something, and just those couple extra seconds made the difference with, you know, getting in shelter soon enough. So you're right, there's definitely a fun passion element to severe weather and storms that people like myself as a chaser share, but there's also some, you know, real life benefits that definitely happen, and I try not to forget that part. Sometimes it can be exciting about trying to, you know, get the best video or picture, but there is some real important things that we do as well that you don't want to forget. I think sometimes we kind of forget about that part or take it for granted, but certainly don't try to, and try to get out here. Again, there's nothing super crazy about today's chase. I woke up early this morning and almost thought about going down to South Texas where there could be some stronger storms, maybe some big hail or severe weather later today, but didn't seem probably like quite worth it for a 5, 6, 7 hour drive. So I thought I would just be sitting on the couch today, but then I saw these storms really starting to pop up and come through, so I thought, you know what, probably worth to go drive around, see some lightning, thunder, some rain. It may not seem that exciting to most people, but I always like those days, so nice to do that here on a Saturday. So again, I'm sitting here kind of right almost in McKinney. I'm on Sam Rayburn Tollway and 75 here in northeast DFW. Most of the heaviest rain is now pushing off to my east and kind of southeast towards Garland and Dallas, but a couple more storms are developing to the southwest here. I'm gonna look at something, see. Yeah, they have some pretty decent tops on those storms. Let's see, what are we looking at here? Yeah, about 30 to 35,000 feet. So those are some pretty decent thunderstorms. Wow, actually 42,000 feet on that pretty decent storm to the southeast, or southwest, sorry, of DFW down near Hamilton and Meridian. That looks like that's the tallest storm. A lot of times when you're looking at radar, if you can analyze the height of those storms, oftentimes that'll give you some indication of their strength and you know how strong they may be, how long they might last as well. So that's kind of what I'm glancing at here at the moment. I'll show you what I'm looking at here. So here's the radar that we're looking at right now. So I am the little blue target right here, kind of right by McKinney. That's where I am now. So we can see most of the strongest storms kind of just east, southeast of me. We've got another one up here west of Denton. Got this little storm kind of popping up here by Louisville. So that's going to track our direction. So I might turn around and intercept that. And then we've got this stuff southwest of Fort Worth, kind of Weatherford down to Granbury. That stuff, again, is generally moving off to the northeast. So it should come up this way maybe here in the next 30, 45 minutes. So that's kind of what I'm watching right now, to see if it holds together, which again, I was looking at those cloud tops and those were 35,000 feet up. So those are pretty strong storms. So I would expect that they do probably stay together and generally move this way. So I need to figure out if I'm gonna turn around, maybe drop down to Louisville to that storm that's kind of coming out, because I think we're about to probably not even be raining here in a minute. Winnie the Pooh, I agree. You know, we need more likes on the stream, no doubt about that. Yeah, that app, that is Radar Scope. So that's the radar that I use when I'm out chasing. I have that on my iPad here. So you can get it in any app store, but it typically, I think it's $10 to download. And then depending on, I have a subscription for some of the more advanced features just to be able to track storms a little bit easier. But it's very, very detailed radar. You don't have to get the subscription. You can just do the $10 download. I would highly recommend it. There's a lot of features even on the basic version. It's a really, really good radar. You can zoom in. It has all the different locations on it. It's a little bit easier. It's certainly more in-depth than, say, some of the just free radars. It's just kind of a blob of rain, and you don't really know where it is or what part is stronger, maybe falling apart. Whereas Radar Scope is definitely a really, really good one. So I definitely recommend that one. The other one, Radar Omega, is another really good one. I think you might have to pay for that one as well. But all right, I think I may go forward here. Maybe flip around and start heading back to the southwest a little bit. Position for maybe this next little round to come. I'll probably turn around up here. Yeah, if y'all like weather, and especially severe weather, definitely subscribe to the channel. I try to live stream when I'm out chasing. Again, I wouldn't even hardly consider this a chase, just some nice rain, but thought I'd drive around. But I chase, name it. I'm not a huge winter weather chaser, so if you want to see a blizzard or something like that, it may not be the best follow for you. But when it comes to severe weather in the south central U.S., I travel around. I went, last year I went to Florida for Hurricane Idalia, all over Texas and Oklahoma and areas like that. I drove to Iowa one time, hardly saw anything, so that was kind of a waste of time and money. Fire truck behind me. It's not behind me. I'm trying to figure out where he's going. I'm in McKinney right now. I just flipped around. Now I'm heading southwest on the Sam Rayburn Tollway. So you can see how it's getting a lot lighter. It's still obviously cloudy, but nowhere as thick of clouds. So I'll probably just drop southwest here. There's that other little storm that's kind of blowing up between Louisville and Grapevine, so it's moving this direction. So I can probably kind of intercept that here in a little bit as well. Doesn't look that heavy at all on radar, and yet it's still raining moderately right now. So definitely hitting areas to the west of Fort Worth now. Weatherford coming into Aledo, about to hit Azle, and then moving this direction. So I think there's going to be multiple rounds of storms here this afternoon. Again, nothing severe, but just some real heavy rain at times, and certainly beneficial. We can use it. Yeah, I don't know if it'll be terribly crazy or interesting. Rounds of storms, some pretty heavy rain at times, but not expecting any severe weather up here. There could be some severe weather in kind of south central Texas later today. So I think there's a couple chasers that'll probably be on that and streaming, but it may be close or after dark. That's the only challenge with stuff down there, is that it I thought about going down there, but I'm not a huge fan of chasing after dark, and to drive all the way down there for storms that you might see at daylight for an hour or so didn't seem to be worth the time and everything to go down there. But definitely getting some decent little showers and storms here in Dallas today. Colleagues at work is going to the FC Dallas soccer game here in Frisco this evening. I'm not sure. That's an outdoor stadium. I don't know how well that's going to... one area back there on the tollway that going and coming back, I lost signal. There's some weird area right back there. Always appreciate that. If you're someone that likes live streams of severe weather or videos of post-chase, breakdowns and highlights, definitely feel free. More on kind of the storytelling side of things, so I'm trying to do a little bit of kind of before the chase, kind of what I'm expecting for the day. Do I think it's going to be crazy or unsure? And then kind of like during the chase, oh my gosh, in front of a storm, it's getting going, and then kind of a post-chase reaction. So a little bit more of the storytelling rather than just solely raw footage of a storm or hail or a tornado or something. So a little bit in the gap here, but there's that storm just to our southwest down here. It's coming up this direction, so we'll probably get to that here in about maybe 10 minutes or so, and I think it'll pick up a little bit more. Clouds up ahead. I think it kind of shows up on the stream there. Looks a little bit thicker, lower clouds right up ahead here. Again, I'm on the Sam Rayburn Tollway here in northeast part of DFW, heading kind of southwest through south part of Frisco. Got a little bit of a storm here near Louisville that's coming right in this direction, so I'll probably get down to around the Colony and meet up with it about then. We'll see if it's kind of heavier rain, and then probably wait around and get that heavier stuff that's just now coming into the southwest side of Fort Worth, but moving right up this direction. So should continue to get a couple different rounds of storms by kind of just running the tollway here. This is kind of a perfect northeast to southwest road option. severe warnings right now. It's all just heavy rain, some lightning and thunder, but not reaching those severe levels just yet. So, and I don't think we probably will. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if there's, you know, a cell or two maybe that get warned because there's a little bit of hail or something like that. But right now, the heavier cells really just have some lightning, thunder. Maybe we could even see a flash flood. It's just been super cloudy. It's only about 62 degrees today, so there's not a huge amount of instability. If we had any more, you know, early day sunshine or had some more instability, then that we'd probably be talking about some really smaller hail in some of these, but just don't really have those ingredients today, so not really some severe weather, just real beneficial rain, which I'm not going to complain about here in Dallas. Yeah, doing good today. I do typically chase alone in that I don't chase with anyone else in my vehicle. I really never have. Even very first chase, it was requirements. The issue with that is that, you know, everyone has to come to a conclusion on, do we go east? Do we go west, north, south? How late do we stay out? When do we go home? You know, do we pull over here? Do we keep going? I would rather be in my vehicle and I can keep going, I can get close, I can stay far away, I can control what's going on. That way I can feel like, you know, my safety or level of risk, I'm deciding rather than somebody else. So typically I just chase alone, although most chases, I know other chasers, especially here in North Texas, but even all around the country. And even some international chasers too. So typically do meet up with people. So when we, you know, expect storms to happen, maybe it's before, maybe it's there, we meet up, we caravan around, you know, you see people that you know. So in that regard, I chase with others, but in my vehicle, no, I always just kind of chase. And to be honest, between all the laptop, streaming device, iPad, GoPros, camera, video camera, it gets busy in here real fast. So there's not even going through the colony right here. If you're from Dallas, you probably kind of know this area a little bit. The big Nebraska Furniture Mart is up here over on the left, so a lot of traffic through this area. If you like go-karts, the big Andretti go-kart facility is over here on the left as well, so have to wait a little while until that stuff kind of comes up this direction from Fort Worth. It's just now kind of getting there. What happened back there. It just literally just said I lost data, and I'm in the middle of one of the largest metropolitan areas in the U.S., so not really sure how that's possible. Still on the Sam Rayburn Tollway, heading southwest here towards Lewisville, Texas. Pretty heavy storms just on the southwest side of Fort Worth, so I'm not going to go all the way down there. I may just kind of wait them out, see if any pop up in between, or wait for those to get up this way. Okay, new little storms just popped up just to our southwest here. Seems to be strengthening. Still some fairly decent radar rain. It doesn't really look that great on radar, but coming down okay right now. Sky looks a little bit light. We've kind of got this gap right to our south there on the left side of the screen. Not really any storms there, and then past that, there's really heavy stuff in Fort Worth that's going to be coming this way. So, yeah, I don't really think the weather's necessarily coming to Louisiana. I mean, you might get some of these storms in this little kind of area of kind of this little short wave that's causing these storms. You know, overnight into tomorrow, it may kind of move that way, but not expecting any like severe weather or anything like that moving towards Louisiana. So yeah, it should be good there, Bradley. Now it seems like the rain's kind of let up. We're kind of right in between little storms. There's another little one just up here near Coppell, so it's coming this way. I might need to get some gas here in a second, but traffic out here. Lots of people out doing things on Saturday. If y'all like live streams, severe weather, tornadoes, hurricanes, all of that, be sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you can be notified in other periods of weather or chases. Try to always live stream when I'm chasing. Again, this is borderline, if you could even call this a chase, given that it's just nice heavy rain showers at times. But I don't know, I like kind of driving around in rain, seeing the heavier rain, lightning, thunder. It might be a little bit strange, but I always kind of like that. Otherwise, if I was at home, I'd probably fall asleep because it's just kind of a dreary day. It always seems to make you kind of tired and stuff. brought my bag of gummy bears. I have them at home, didn't eat them during the last chase. Been saving them. Should have brought them. That would be a perfect little snack while I'm driving around. Of course, didn't get them. Just about to get into that other little storm, so I think the rain will pick up here pretty soon. Yeah, I saw that there were some storms in Indiana and Ohio on Thursday. Definitely some, sadly they caused some pretty significant damage, and some of those, several of those were pretty strong tornadoes, so it was kind of a late coming together system. Always a chance of severe weather, but just kind of really all the ingredients came together and set off some tornadoes there. Yeah, those storms to the southwest coming into Fort Worth, those are some pretty decent ones. I think I want to get in the middle of those. Looks like a lot of lightning with those as well. And now the rain's starting to pick up again. Right now, I'm in Lewisville, Texas. I may top up on gas here at this QT up here, but I haven't decided. I might stay around here, or maybe I'll drop down like south of the airport, because it looks like these next storms down here coming into Fort Worth are going to be pretty decent. So I think I want to get into those. Survive this bottleneck right here. Some traffic. There's always so many cars to get on right here. This always backs up. Those storms on the southwest side of Fort Worth are coming right in this direction, so I mean, I don't really have to go anywhere. Maybe I'll inch a little bit closer, but honestly I don't think I'm kind of in perfect position. They're going to be coming right at me here. I am gonna have to run and get gas. I'll probably grab a drink here, so I'll be out of the car here for a second, but then I'll jump back in. We'll figure out if we need to maybe keep dropping south and get that storm or not. Let me fix the focus here. Let's see, fix. All right. I am going to get grass, grab a drink, and I will be right back in a split second here. I'm gonna leave the stream going, but I'll be back in a second. I'll be right back. Be right back. damp outside. Little damp. Yeah, man, that storm is southwest Fort Worth. I might should drop south, maybe. Right now I am between Louisville and Coppell, just kind of north of DFW International Airport. Trying to figure out where I might want to go. I'll show y'all, show the stream the radar again. So again, here's the radar. I am the little blue dot or target little thing there near Louisville. So we've got kind of just broad rain all kind of in between, and then we've got this storm, pretty decent one down here southwest of Fort Worth, Aledo down to Godley and Crescent, generally moving northeast here. So it's basically coming right to where I am. I don't know, maybe I should drop south, maybe towards Arlington. That way we're kind of right in the path of it. I think I might do that, honestly. That way we can kind of get right in the way. Let's see here. Let me think about what highway I should maybe take. Not sure what this guy's doing. Also want to make sure there's not any big accidents and stuff like that that get in the way. What I'll probably do is go down to the George Bush. That way I could then track it. I could kind of go through the airport, get down close to Arlington, and then I could also be on George Bush and go either way. That's probably the right way to go. So many people in this gas station. There's nobody here when I got here now. Yes, sadly that is a crack in the windshield. Funny thing is, I actually, if you follow me on socials or watch other videos, I actually have what I call a hail guard. So I don't have it on today because there's not really a big hail threat or anything like that. But it's a big fence panel that I have chicken wire over, and that I attach to my roof rack, and it hangs over my windshield and kind of the hood of my car, basically like the brim of a hat. So it actually keeps the hail off from blowing out my windshield, which is good. That way I don't have to replace it. It doesn't have a lot of cracks. That crack that you see is actually from a stupid rock chip that I got, I think probably a year and a half ago. I was in the Texas Panhandle, and I actually go through hail all the time, and I'm one of the few chasers that really doesn't have a busted up windshield. Southwest. That should put us in a good position to intercept it. probably going to go right through DFW International up here. Just drop south to Arlington that way. Just real light rain right here, not really in the middle of any storms, but it looks like it's going to be really heavy, that storm down there on the south side of Fort Worth. There's a lot of lightning as well with that storm. Right now on the north side of Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. I'm trying to kind of drop south around the airport, or almost, basically this road goes right through the airport. That way I can get to around maybe between Irving and Arlington. We've got a pretty big line of pretty strong storm that's moving up from the south of Fort Worth. So it's coming right this direction, maybe a little bit south of here, so that way I can kind of get right in position, right in the middle of it, and then we can intercept it that way. So it's still kind of light rain falling right now, but not much. An airplane taking off kind of right there on the right side, maybe. Thanks, Gabe, for the sub. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's nice heavy rain. I think this storm, once we get it to get up here, I think it'll be a pretty good one. But right now, it's just driving there, trying to drop south towards Arlington here. No crazy severe weather today, but still some pretty heavy rain. I think we'll see a lot of lightning and thunder, certainly up here with this storm coming into the south side of Fort Worth. Yeah, Don, if you're in Mansfield, there is a pretty decent strong storm, really the same batch of storms that I'm going to head towards. It'll probably be to you here in the next 15 or 20 minutes, but nothing severe, no tornadoes, wouldn't expect any hail, maybe like little itty bitty pieces of hail, but nothing really severe. But I think it will be some pretty frequent lightning, maybe thunder loud enough to kind of rattle the house, things like that, but no severe weather or anything. Man, I don't know why people pull over unless your car literally doesn't run anymore. There's just not enough room here. That's so dangerous. Hi, Bill. I don't think I can stop and do any horse betting. Sorry about that. If I miss anybody in the chat, sorry. I have to kind of glance at it while I'm driving, so probably going to miss some from here from time to time, so don't take offense to that, but try to interact as much as possible. Still heading south now. I'm just west of the DFW International Airport, heading south towards Arlington. Strongest storms are coming into the southwest side of Fort Worth, areas like Burleson, going towards Mansfield, places like that. So I'll kind of be right in the middle. That way I can kind of track them northeast, see how strong of rain is falling, lightning, and that kind of stuff. I honestly didn't expect this many storms. I thought there'd be some rain. Yesterday, models had kind of made it sound like, or kind of made it look like rain might be kind of early in the day and then kind of move on and not really be that big of a deal. But just kind of one little storm after the next here coming across the Metroplex. Going by Chicken and Pickle here in Grapevine. Outside of storm chasing, I also like to play pickle. The rain's probably going to start getting a little bit heavier here. We're still not, the storm isn't to us, but it may start to pick up here. thanks everybody for joining me here riding along in the passenger seat. If you haven't already, be sure to like the stream here so that other people maybe can follow along. And if you like live streams of weather and tornadoes, hurricanes, storm chasing, that type of content, be sure to subscribe so that you can see any of the follow-up videos and also any of the future live streams. We're kind of getting in the middle of storm season here. It may be quiet the next week or so, but it looks like the last week of March, and then certainly going into the heart of storm season, will probably pick up a pretty good amount. So probably just now barely getting to the very beginning of big time storms here for the United States. Generally heading towards Arlington, here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Definitely getting darker, stronger stuff's up here. There was some lightning right there. Get off here and go the other direction. No exits ever. Back source. I could keep going this way and get a little bit closer, but I think that's going to put me out of position. It almost looks a little bit stronger further south. That's why I'm probably gonna exit up here and maybe kind of go back to the east a little bit. Area is probably going to go right into Arlington. So I'll probably flip around here. That way I can go a little bit further east and south. little bit northeast of Fort Worth right now, around Bedford, kind of North Richland Hills area. I'm going to go back east this way and then maybe drop a little bit further south to try to get in front of the heaviest little area of the storm. It's probably going to be right around Arlington, I think. I'm in Bedford right now, kind of southwest of DFW International, north, a little bit northeast of Fort Worth. So I'm going to go east a little bit and then drop south into Arlington, kind of right in the middle of Dallas-Fort Worth. We've got the strongest storms are coming up from the southwest right now. They're moving generally north, kind of east-northeast. So I'll try to position for that. Nothing severe, but pretty heavy rain and frequent lightning with those. So I'm going to try to kind of get kind of right there in position. Then I may pull off, and then I'll wait for them, and I can kind of track them further east, northeast. Right about 63 degrees right now, so definitely a little bit chilly if you get wet with the rain and all that, so. But probably just too cloudy today, not quite enough ingredients for severe weather, but nice little kind of shortwave trough going through it a little bit above the surface, which is causing this rising motion, causing these thunderstorms to develop, so. Definitely nice rainy Saturday in Dallas-Fort Worth today. Like the strongest stuff's going into Forest Hill and Mansfield right now. Right there. drop south on 360 here. That'll take me to Arlington, and probably, I mean, the storm's not far away, so I want to get in the heaviest stuff, so I might do that, and I could either kind of go northeast on the George Bush, or I could go I-30 east into Dallas. It almost seems like these storms. Probably about 15 minutes out from the heaviest rain here in a little bit. It's terrible here. I don't really understand why it doesn't. It says my service is fine. Full bars of LTE, but then it'll say bad connection, and it'll buffer. Not sure. Coming into Grand Prairie, Texas right now. Kind of right in the heart of DFW. Strongest line of storms is just off to the south-southwest right now, so it'll probably be perfect. I'll probably go up to I-30 and then take that kind of east, maybe even into like downtown Dallas or something. It'll probably be coming right in the part of the storm there. Do not take I-30. I know it's not the most fun drive, but I'm trying to stay with the storm there. I'd have to drop a little bit further south to get to I-20. Back there I lost, well, I didn't lose service, but it said I lost my connection, so I'm not sure if that's why it's repeating stuff or not. I'm not sure if I can get to I-20 before the storm. Probably what I'll take. I may take 30. Sorry to disappoint you, Rob. I'm in Grand Prairie, Texas right now. Storm is just to my south-southwest right now. I'm about to get on I-30 up here. Sorry to disappoint you, Rob. I'm going to take that east towards Dallas. I might even see if there's a wide area to pull off at some point, because the storm's not quite here just yet. I might be able to beat it down to 20. drop. I'm going to try to get down to 20. I don't think I'm going to beat the storm down there, but then I'll definitely be in it. Going by Six Flags Over Texas, just to the right here. There's some more lightning. Definitely not a good day to be at the park. Not sure if it's open or not. Oh, there's a big strike. Lightning's picking up. Heaviest rain is just to my southwest. I think kind of where these, just past these darker clouds that are kind of hanging down there. Raining that hard, but traffic is just not moving. See the line of heavier rain right up here. On that exit right there. Here we go. Here's a sign for I-20, 2 miles. I think I'll make it probably right about when the storm hits. Definitely a big pickup in lightning. Just saw a big strike back behind us. Strikes up ahead. I-20 East. That's what we need. I-20 East. I'm right on the edge of the heaviest stuff. It's right. It's about to start coming down. Rob, if you're still watching, I think you were right. I-20 getting here right as the rain is. Everybody, you can do it. Alright, getting on I-20 here, gonna head east, kind of towards the south side of Dallas. Now it's picking up. Coming down here. Towards Duncanville right now, here kind of southeast of Arlington. And then kind of the heaviest storm right now between Arlington and Cedar Hill. I'm kind of right in the middle of that at the present moment. I don't know what's happening. Wow, I think I just passed Texas Roadhouse. here. Kind of in between Arlington and Dallas. I'm coming into near Duncanville. Tough to be doing a repair in this driving rain. Basically moving at the same speed as the storm, so kind of just keeping right along with it as it kind of moves east northeast. I'm driving kind of due east right now. Cedar Hill and Dallas on I-20 East right now. Getting close to Duncanville. Real heavy rain, some lightning here and there, but no hail or anything like that. There is some ponding on the roads, although for the most part, not really any hydroplaning or anything like that. The left two lanes are closed due to high water up here. Wow. Now it's starting to get on the road. This is creating some flash flooding in some of the lower areas. Water on this road, kind of on this hill. There's a lot of blue bonnets on that hill. This rain's really going to help the grass and flower. focus is off on the streaming camera, so let me pull off here and correct that. Let's see. So I'll kind of show you what we're looking at currently here. So again, here's the radar. I am that blue target right there. Got Dallas, Arlington, Cedar Hill. So we got this this line here. It's kind of stretching from northwest to southeast, and it's generally moving northeast here. So that's kind of where I am right now, just tracking east here on I-20. Probably continue to do that over to maybe Mesquite and just kind of stay right with this. So that's the plan here. Let me adjust that. Yep, that looks good. So that probably won't focus quite as much on the raindrops there. Keep going east with the strongest stuff here. Oh, there was some hydroplaning right there. A lot of water on the road. Really coming down here. There's places there on I-20 that you can pretty easily hydroplane in. Coming into Duncanville now. Still on I-20 heading east here. There was a lightning strike. Left two lanes that are closed because of high water. But I'm kind of surprised given that most of the storms haven't gotten here yet. I don't see that on Google Maps either. good again, man. Make me have to stop for dinner or something. Gonna be coming up to I-35 here in just a little bit. Still on I-20, heading east. Kind of sticking with this heaviest storm here. Again, nothing severe, just real heavy rain here, but definitely very beneficial. Here's some serious water. That whole left lane was under a pretty good amount of water there. Like it might start to let up after this kind of main line goes through. There's some light rain behind, but it looks like most of the stuff is east, kind of northeast of Dallas after this. Based on radar, it says I'm right underneath some of the heaviest stuff, so I think it's just a little bit lighter right now, but I'm kind of going seems like about the same speed that the storm is. I'm just kind of right under it, still on I-20 heading east. I'm going to get up to I-35 here in a minute. I'm going to keep going east from there, though. Just keep tracking this further east. Under 35 right now. Still on I-20 heading east. Just south of Dallas. Really heavy right now. kind of right under the heaviest of it. I-20 just south of Dallas. Strike right there. Traffic just let up a little bit here, so I guess it's pretty bad on the other side. Just south of Dallas, still heading east on I-20 right now. Real heavy rain. Frequent lightning, but again, no severe warning. A little bit of flooding on the road. A couple places where I kind of hydroplaned a little bit, but overall, here traffic still moving well. No hail or anything like that. So coming up on I-45 here in a little bit. If you haven't already and you like severe weather coverage, live streams, tornadoes, hurricanes, hail, all of that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bar if you want to be notified when I have a live stream with future storm phases. We're in the middle of March, so storm season's just heating up for sure. It may be quiet overall over the next week or so, but the models are showing that the last week of March looks like it's going to get pretty active. So long storm season ahead, probably. It also looks like it could be a very, very active Atlantic hurricane season. Kind of transitioning into a La Nina, really, really warm Gulf of Mexico and Atlantic, tropical Atlantic. So it looks like we could have certainly lots of storms. Will they impact the United States or make landfall? Too far out to know, but we certainly could. There's a lot of water in this left lane. really impressive rainfall totals when all is said and done. Southeast of Dallas, I'm going to be heading kind of towards Mesquite, Texas here in a minute. I probably won't go much further east from here. I'll probably go up 635, kind of on the east side of Dallas. Another lightning strike there. I need to kind of pull off right up here. Cell towers don't like me, so I lost connection there for a minute. I'm on 635 into Mesquite. Here, kind of on the southeast side of Dallas. The storm is a little bit more spread out, not quite as concentrated or as heavy a rain as it was a little bit earlier. Just pretty heavy rain and some lightning. Why the stream keeps buffering. Since I have not very great connection here, I don't know why. I'm in Dallas. Or southeast side of Dallas. I'm about to jog north here in a minute. Still on I-20 east. I think 635 is up here in a minute. It's one of the inner loops around Dallas. I'll probably take that, kind of start jogging north. Yeah, here's 635 up here. time I stop, I lose connection. Hopefully I don't. All right, let me give everybody an update here. So again, I am the blue target right there south of Balch Springs, kind of south of Mesquite, southeast of Dallas. See, the heaviest rain is kind of off to the southeast at the moment. Let me zoom out a little bit. So here's the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We've got some kind of heavier rain, Denton, McKinney, Garland, and then kind of here to the southeast, down to kind of south of DFW. A little bit of dry air here. Again, some light storms up here, but it looks like most of everything is kind of here and then points to the northeast. So the most of the rain here in Dallas-Fort Worth may be kind of coming to an end there. So again, I'm kind of here at I-20 and 635 on the southeast side of Dallas. I may kind of watch stuff here and then start to move, probably start to head north. I'm not going to follow this stuff further out to the east. I'll probably just start kind of heading back north, kind of towards home in Frisco, but still some pretty heavy rain off to the east southeast, going towards areas like Forney and Terrell, and then further off to the east and northeast. But still raining pretty decent here, but it may let up in a little bit. So let me put you back. So that's kind of the update of kind of where we are right now, what we're seeing. Back on the road here. Still chasing the storm here. I'm just going to start angling a little bit north, and then once I get to I-30, I'll be able to go a little bit more northeast and probably stay with some of the stronger stuff here. Up towards Rockwall, Texas, and stuff like that. Still coming down pretty good. It's actually a little bit heavier up here just to the north. That'll probably start to pick up again. important, especially with all the driving that I do in really heavy rain and weather. Got to keep really good tires. That's kind of one of the bigger expenses sometimes, is not only the amount of driving that I do, but making sure that you have good tread on your roads. Into Mesquite, Texas right now, just east of Dallas. The heaviest rain is going into Forney, Texas. Southeast Dallas near Kaufman, and still going to probably lightly rain here into the evening, but probably the strongest stuff is kind of now starting to push east of Dallas. Yeah, it's pretty cloudy right now. Still raining kind of moderately. A lot of water on the roads. It's definitely flooding kind of in the ditches between the roads. So a little bit of hydroplaning risk, so you got to kind of watch for that in the low areas. But not quite. The heaviest stuff is off to the east now. If you haven't already, make sure to like the stream and subscribe if you want to see more live storm chasing and severe weather videos. I think a connection dropped for some reason. Not really sure what happened. Oh, there's a lot of water. Got off too early. The sign was confusing. trying to get on I-30 here and kind of head northeast, but I guess there's a lot of traffic doing that or something. Maybe it's flooding down here or something. Yeah, I think maybe it's like flood. Oh yeah, there's water on the. Yeah, it's all flooded down here. That's why everybody's going so slow. Maybe it's not. No. Not. Why am I falling up here? Wow, Rob, you're sticking around. You're right. I did avoid I-30. I took 20, and I think that was a good call, right there in the heavy rain, but I'm just barely going to get on 30. I'm going to go up here northeast a little bit to George Bush, and then kind of loop around the north side of Dallas that way. So just slightly violating that. It says that there's, I don't know if there's an accident or construction on 635 just to my north, so I don't want to get stuck in that, so that's why I'm going to go kind of outside this way, but I do have to jump on 30 here for a minute. Definitely not as heavy a rain, but still raining. East of Dallas right now. Most of the rain is either north or east of Dallas at this point. Kind of moving off, continuing to go northeast mainly. So for much of DFW, probably most of the rain is kind of behind us. Northeast on I-30 here at the moment, so between Garland and Mesquite on the east side of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Not raining quite as hard now, but still a decent kind of moderate rainfall here at the moment. heading on the George Bush Turnpike right now. Kind of northwest here on the turnpike. Kind of over here near Garland, Texas, east of Dallas. Rain is starting to kind of let up some. Actually going to cross the, I think it's Lake Rockwall here. Raining pretty good. There's actually a little bit of a pocket of heavier rain kind of right around here. Near Lake Rockwall that I'm going over right now. I'm on George Bush here, kind of on the east side of Dallas, heading north right now. Water off to the side of the road here, so I bet several areas have probably picked up probably an inch or two at least here during kind of this downpour with the storm, or a couple rounds of storms actually. Going through Rowlett, Texas right now. If you're from the Dallas-Fort Worth area or follow weather, you might remember the pretty significant tornado came through this area here a couple years ago. Definitely don't like whenever there's tornado warnings and things like that in the DFW Metroplex. One, obviously it's just high population. If something happens, it's going to hit something and hurt people and damage things, but it's also just really dangerous from a chasing perspective because there's so much traffic and stoplights and people that hide under overpasses, and there's hail and just all kinds of, obviously lots of chances for flying debris and things like that. So typically I try to position like outside of the metro areas. The one time I violated that rule last year, a year ago, January 2023, went down to Houston, and I gone down there, nothing had really happened all day, and then there was a storm that looked like it was spinning up, maybe going to produce a tornado, but it was down near Baytown, kind of southeast side of Houston. And I was like, you know what, I can see the circulation. I think there's probably a tornado that's going to happen. I know I'm in the city, but I can kind of get through there. And traffic lights, traffic, all of that kind of stopped me. And I actually got hit by the tornado. It flipped the mobile home next to me, caught that on fire. It was pretty bad. It was EF2 damage there, EF3 across the bay from where I was, but shockingly it did not really do any damage to my vehicle. I was okay, but that video is on my channel if you wonder what it's like getting hit by a tornado in a car. And down there you couldn't even really see the tornado. You could just see the winds change, the water just smacking the car, shaking it, all of that. You can see a transformer blow up, all that, but not really picturesque where you can see it. It's just kind of a wall of spinning water, but that was a pretty crazy, definitely a scary situation. And that's kind of case in point why chasing in a big metro area is pretty risky, because a little bit of traffic or a stoplight can sometimes just a minute or a couple seconds can be a pretty big difference. So. Going through Rowlett, Texas. I'm on the George Bush Turnpike here. Heading north, now starting to head a little bit northwest. How heavy the rain still is. It doesn't look very impressive on radar. Yeah, I chase tornadoes and hurricanes. Big hailstorms. Yeah, very moist to say the least here. Lots of rain here in Dallas today. Another little storm that's kind of developed just north of Arlington, kind of trailing behind this stuff. So it might just kind of continue to off and on rain all evening here in Dallas. I think it's going to start to let up though. But it's already 5:20 here in Dallas, so I know the FC Dallas soccer team, they play in Frisco tonight. Maybe a little bit soggy there for sure. Texas now, kind of here northeast of Dallas. Definitely starting to let up, kind of get lighter outside, so not a whole lot of action right now. But still raining. West on the George Bush here. Still raining a little bit. Nothing too heavy, but it'll be interesting to see what the totals were for some areas. I bet several probably got an inch or two. Especially on the south side where it was pretty heavy down there in the south parts of Dallas-Fort Worth. Highway 75 here in Plano. fun little drive around Dallas. Seeing some thunderstorms, lightning, thunder, heavy rain, a little bit of road flooding. I would like to be in, say, the Texas Panhandle with open fields, maybe about 75 degrees, a big thunderstorm in the distance blowing up, soon to go tornado warn, out in the middle of nowhere. But that's all right. This will be a nice little Saturday for sure. Those days are coming here pretty soon. Wow, that person didn't know where they were going. Hit that subscribe button so that here in the coming months, when storm season's really going, there's tornadoes, big hailstorms, and all kinds of stuff. You'll be notified and be able to not only see the footage from those chases, but also the live streams. I think this season, this next couple months, is going to be pretty active, and then again, possibly a really active hurricane season too. So. Lots of extreme weather on the horizon. Like it's kind of stopped raining here in Plano. Maybe it's barely raining, I guess. Looks like it's done raining here. All right, everyone. Well, I think that is the end of the chase for today here. Thanks for joining and riding along here. Kind of really went all around DFW. I guess the only place we didn't go was kind of the west side in Fort Worth, but kind of looped around and saw some pretty heavy rain, some lightning, thunder, definitely some road flooding, plenty of traffic, all that good stuff. So nothing too crazy. Looks like most of the rain is moving off to the east northeast here, so maybe some light pockets of rain across DFW, but it looks like most of that's probably kind of waning here as we go into the evening hours. So again, appreciate everybody joining. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you're notified here for these coming chases and a lot of severe weather season ahead of us. And again, hopefully most of that is done in rural areas that don't impact or damage things or hurt people, but whether it does or not, I'm sure there will be some impacts, and got to be there to help with the warning process or even search and rescue and things like that. So hope to see everybody back here. Everybody have a good rest of your weekend here, good Saturday night and weekend ahead, and I'll see you back here for the next chase.